I decided to get back to game dev. For this, I'm participating in Mini Jam, where you have 72 hours to make a game based on a theme and a limitation. This time, the theme is fishing and the limitation is no water. Let's see how it goes. After a few hours of brainstorming, I finally came up with an idea. There will be a grid of 8 into 8 tiles, a player character, and some flying fishes. Player can walk on green tiles and the fishes can fly on their predefined path. Every step of the player will result in one wing beat for the fishes, meaning that whenever the player will move one tile, the fishes will also move one tile in their predefined path. The game is to strategically move to get in line with the fishes in order to catch them. Now let's get to the coding part. Firstly, I created the world scene with a tile map having 2 types of tiles using the Godot's logo itself and the player character with 4 directions of movement, restricting the movement beyond the screen. Next, I wanted to let the player move only on land tiles. For this, I created 2 separate tiles in the tile map to differentiate between them. And in the player script, I introduced an additional check to update the player's position, that is, if the new position is on a land tile. Next, implementing the fish character. For the fish scene, I used a path 2D as the base node, a path follow 2D as child node of path 2D, and finally a sprite as a child of path follow 2D. Now, whenever adding a fish to the world scene, I can assign a curve to it. Then, with this option turned on and snapping enabled, I can define a path where the fish can move. So this was about the fish scene and defining the path. Next is making the fish move one tile whenever the player takes a step. For this, firstly I defined a signal in the player script named player moved and emitted the signal when updating the player's position. Next, in the fish script, I simply connected the signal to a function so that it will get called whenever the signal is emitted. And in this function, I am simply adding up the tile side to the progress of path follow 2D to make the fish do the movement equivalent to one tile. Let me show you how it actually looks. As you might have noticed, when the fish reaches the end, instead of reversing, it starts again from the beginning. That's expected because we didn't give it any instructions to reverse its direction on reaching the end. Well, to fix that, I added a direction variable in the fish script which we are reversing whenever the fish has just reached on one of the 2 ends. And here is the result. Next, I worked on art. Here's the fish which I mostly copied from the internet, and here's the fisherman player. For player, this was the image I was taking reference from, and I made this in 16 into 16 pixels. But then I thought, why not I do this maybe? And it worked. Also, I added this flickering effect on the fish whenever the player gets in line with it, with the help of animation player node. So yeah, the game is looking better than before. Maybe. After this, I wanted to let the player jump when there is a single gap between the tiles. So I put all the condition checking code for player movement in a function and also checked it for next tile to next tile, if not the next tile. Even I don't know what I'm saying. Next, I wanted to implement a little satisfying animation or something when catching the fish. So I implemented this using the Line 2D node. At this point, most of the implementation part was done, so I moved to the UI and level designing part. Finally, the game was completed and I submitted it to the mini jam. Hi, so the results are out and my game got 91st position out of all the 234 games. I am very happy with the results, as it's the first time that so many people gave reviews on my game and left comments. If I give you a summary, people actually liked the concept of the game and had fun playing it. Also, I got feedback that I could have added more sound effects to make the game more fun. Additionally, the game could have some more elements which could help. So yeah, that was it. Please let me know if you have any suggestions about the way I presented the video. Also, thanks for watching. Bye.